Hi guys, it's Kennedy and today we are doing a mic'd up tattoo with me. I've been wanting to record a video like this forever. I just never got around to it for real. So welcome and let's get straight into it. I have no idea what we're tattooing. So I don't even have my stuff set up. So let's do that first. I would love to be the one to show you guys how to set up my station and stuff. But honestly, I am not as in the tattoo game as I used to be, and I mean it as in I just tattoo myself and my siblings at this point, only because I just don't have a space and it's not necessarily my focus anymore. These are my dental bibs or pink. The whole process, there's honestly plenty of great people out there to show you. Honestly, it's funny to say certain things as hobbies, but I would honestly say tattooing is just a hobby of mine. Have my little caps. I literally have the whole 9 yards, and I'm doing this in my room, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but it is your prerogative of your life. And you know what? I've gotten this far somehow, so it should be all right. I used to be in a weird space of thinking that, okay, since I like tattooing, it's all that I can do. But it's not. It's that limiting mindset sometimes of I've just felt so, I really enjoy the art and the sport of tattooing. It's just the way you can beat yourself down. Yeah, I'm this is not my end all. An artist, especially in this field, it's just hard because I am the type, I compare myself in art. In every other way, I do not. Genuinely, I sleep just fine, but in the art world, I'm oh, it's just so hard. So especially with tattooing, that was a different cross for me to bear. Kind of accepting that it didn't have to be the best thing I'm good at, you know. It's kind of permanent, and that's just a lot of pressure for me. I've definitely tattooed 20 plus people about, I think. And I've tattooed myself, I have about, I don't even know at this point, but I'm gonna say 130. So that's a fun little life. So I've almost been tattooing myself for 5 years. September will make 5 years. And I got my first tattoo on June 8th, 2020. It was after I graduated. Me and my siblings all got our first tattoo. And I will insert my first tattoo. Definitely have tattoo tours out where I explain and chit chat, but this is just a chiller dedicated tattoo video. Yeah, I use the dynamic triple black ink, and then my machine, I have all of my supplies linked on my Amazon storefront, but I'm not sure if this is available on there still. I have a Dragon Hawk tattoo rotary pen. I believe it's X1, but it is pink, wireless, which is amazing because when I first started, I had a wired tattoo machine, and that was hard. You just really had to manipulate around a lot to get that sorted, and that was perfectly fine. It's just this was so much better. I've been able to hit the back of my legs, the back of my arm. Girl, we've been flexible tattooing ourselves. So yeah, I'm putting my sleeve on just so that it's nice and protected. Every time I set up for tattooing, that's the one thing that surprises me, is that I know what I'm doing, because I used to be so, oh, my order was off, everything was just so off, and now I know for sure I'm doing it a good and right way. But see, learning curves when you are self-taught, you know. Pretty much I used the extreme ones for a long time. These were the first needles I kind of started off with, cartridges. But I switched to the Master Pros, and I really like these. They actually feel the best for me. My most comfortable needle is a 3-round liner. For whatever reason, I can get exactly how I want it with that, so that is the needle we'll be using today. I have my green soap and my rubbing alcohol. So pretty much our whole setup is set. Oh yeah, this is charged. Yay! Because I haven't tattooed in a month. I really can't remember, you guys. I'm so sorry. At some point you kind of forget, and that's really cool because I used to be obsessive, and that's how we got here. And I still am, like, I definitely have goals. It's just like I don't want to tattoo myself too much anymore, just because I don't have to. Got to a good point where I'm like, okay, I can focus on affording my bigger pieces. Insert this picture of me. I was manic as frick. This was like 3 tattoos, and definitely like tattooing, I definitely wanted to just start doing, but what kind of triggered it was my dad's passing, and then I do think it was like a form of self-harm. For certain tattoos, I knew that was the intention, was to ease the pain, which was like, you know, what it is. But a lot of them were created with great intention. Like, even as a kid, I didn't necessarily want to be completely tattooed, but I did want some tattoos, and then as I grew into myself, I was like, this is pretty cool. And then I did become like obsessed to an extent, and I was like, oh, this is really great. And then here we are. Like, I'm so proud of all the decisions I've made, so go me. Most recently, I added this guitar from my uncle, and then his birthday is January 11th. So I meant to put 111 by it, but why did I forget? So that's a quick one we're literally about to do right now. Show you how like kind of easy it can be. And it's only easy because I am artistic and I trust myself. This took time to develop, okay? Let's not get it twisted. This has always been a process, and this is just the after result. I don't recommend this if it's not you. At the end of the day, be yourself. If you've been thinking about this, I think go for it, because always go for what you're thinking about. But if you've had hesitation for longer than like 6 months, don't do it. Don't do it. We just cleaned the area with rubbing alcohol. I'm just going to pick either this side or this side. See, y'all, I'm like probably the worst person to be ever getting like advice kind of from. I'm gonna take some Vaseline and just put it on the spot I'm thinking. It gives it slip. Funny enough, I actually did break my transfer machine recently, and I haven't felt the need to buy one if I can just draw. That's my theory. Here is our rotary pen with our cartridge on it, and it's a 3-round liner again. I'm gonna turn it on. Last time I was tattooing is at 5.6. I wouldn't do that on some normal stuff. That's for like texture and shading and just different things like that. There's a lot of ways to manipulate. My most comfortable level is like 7.4 type range. Don't be afraid if this is what you're planning to do. I'm trying my best to show you guys. Perfect. Hey, have a new 111, a angel number tattoo. People definitely have beef with small tattoos, and I get it. I definitely have a mix of both, but my theory is that one day I'm gonna die, so just do what you want until then. And then people also argue like, what about when you're old? And I'm like, you're only, well, this is a person-to-person basis, but my mom's in her mid-50s and her skin looks great, so all I can do is assume that will be the case for me. My dad only made it to 54, so I'm like, you know, still 50s is a great time from 23 right now, and then anything in between. And then also, isn't it just like the luxury and the beauty to age in the first place? Like, y'all, I'm not tripping about saggy skin and my tattoos, what they're gonna look like. I promise I'll probably still look cool at the end of the day, and that is just really what you have to take from a lot of things, is your perspective. Because I'm like, people are creating problems that you don't even know if you're gonna have, and even if you have them, what about something you've always wanted like your whole life, and then you just didn't do it because of like, I mean, yeah, because of vanity, because in the first place it's a vain thing sometimes at a young age. So I'm like, if you're not doing it for vanity at an old age, then why aren't you doing it for vanity at a young age? Hey girl, do what you want. Uncle, he plays a guitar, but he's always been like an artist. Like, he's the first person in my life, like in my family, who I've seen draw, honestly, and I've just been so inspired by that my whole life. I'm gonna come up with something else we're gonna tattoo just so that you guys have a little double whammy. On the spot we can tattoo. I'm gonna do this front part of my knee a little bit. Cleaning the area. I did these dice before I tattooed one of my closest friends at the time for the first time. And that's really funny because I was like perfecting it, and like it is not the best work, but I still love my dice, and I did that out of my care and practice. You guys are gonna get a good perspective later. And yeah, we got 1 star. I'm just doing how one does a star. Done. Now, wasn't that fun? I hope you guys enjoyed tattooing with me and just hanging out for a little bit. A nice little night tattoo session, never hurt nobody. Well, that may not be true, but you get the point. I do plan on doing another tattoo tour in about August, September. We'll see where life takes us by then, so I can update you guys on anything detailed or new that I've gotten and all that. But just like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. Definitely I do vlogs. If I'm getting a new tattoo, you guys will be right there with me, customizing your character. This is just what life's all about. Love you guys. I appreciate you taking your time being here with me, and go check me out. My links and stuff is always down below. Yeah, I appreciate your time, and I will see you guys next time.